What's up, everybody? This is Devin White, linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're listening to the LCC Network. Go Bucks.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Commissioner's Clubhouse and the LCC Network for the 6th week of our fantasy off season. And we've got pretty much a straightforward episode to you guys. We're not going to spend too much time talking about anything else but the LCC Hall of Fame, total points for every team, kind of where guys are. We do have a new member getting inducted, so that's kind of exciting. And some surprising ones too that are kind of low and high at the same time. So I'm going to kick this off introducing the one, the only, Jameson.
Oh, yeah.
And by his side again for another week, we have got Cody on the show.
What's good?
For a quick second, I thought that was Cody going, hey.
No, it's by the way, just so you guys know who don't know, the first one was Madden 2005. The second one was Madden 92. So some serious throwback there.
I like the 92 one. That was solid.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that one better than what Jameson got, so I'm feeling like I'm loved here.
All right, let's get
All right, guys, we'll jump into it. Like Pat said, it's basically just Hall of Fame discussion. We were going to bring this to you last week and weren't able to. I guess didn't get it done, so we got it all done this week. We've got everybody done. There's some guys in here that played for a season I've never even heard of. So we'll talk about
all 42 owners on this
that's
report,
ever played in the LCC.
I'm going to publish on the website so everyone can kind of see and compare themselves and stuff. And so that's So if you need to go back and kind of figure out what was that guy again, you can just go to the website.
All right, cool. Well, we'll start with. So should we start with the guys who got in? Is that how we should start this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hang on, let's do this. Let's do our intro for this. All right, you ready? Let's do it. It got me a little excited.
Oh. Sounds so official. So we've got so Jade is a Hall of Famer. So that's so the bar is basically 200 plus points, and points are assigned based on different criteria. Winning
there's so
divisions. Many. There's so many having Hall of Fame players.
You take a shit and you get a point. That's basically there's 29 different 28 different scoring categories where you can actually earn points.
Yeah, and they're geared very, very heavily towards being competitive over a long amount of time and winning primarily in the playoffs, and especially repetitively. So if you're able to win championships back-to-back, those types of things weigh pretty heavy. So Jade is in at 216 points. And then our recent inductee, do we have a sound drop for this, Patrick?
Let's do this. We'll do it again. We'll just do it again. Hang on. Let me get to it. Boom.
Our recent inductee at 200.5 points is Cameron with his first LCC title this past season. He is inducted into the LCC Hall of Fame. So congratulations, our only two LCC owners in the Hall of Fame at the moment.
Wow.
Although I expect a few more in the coming years.
Yeah. And this is going to be, I'm sure, there's a lot of people turning their heads right now. Cody, I know you're one of them too. Thinking, how the hell is Cameron in, but not me or someone else? And I can kind of run through just some of the bigger point totals where he scored a lot of points from. Playoff wins, he has 7 of them. He's got second place twice, even though they're not championships, still got points for that. Won a championship. Has made 8 playoff appearances. So all those things really played a big factor.
How many points do you get per second?
Second points, you get half of what you get from winning a championship. So
yeah.
winning a championship's 24, second place 12.
Well, it should only be 11. He shouldn't be in. I'm telling. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm a little salty. I'm not even gonna lie. But congratulations to Cameron. Literally a half a point got him in, pretty much.
Yeah, it's really crazy because you think about it. I didn't even think really. I was like, I don't know if Cameron's really gonna make the playoffs. It's maybe around like week 9, week 10. I was like, I don't know, dude. It still seems like kind of a long shot. Even if he gets in, is he really that much of a threat to anyone? So I mean, that was a big part of it. Racking up some of those playoff wins at the end there to help push him through.
Yeah, shoot, man, I felt like Ocho Cinco when he put on the jacket, like the future Hall of Famer. You know what I'm talking about back in the day?
Yeah.
I remember I remember typing Hall of Fame on some of like our group chats and stuff like that, like Mike for myself. Like, I'm Ocho Cinco right now. That's what I feel like because I'm not even in and I'm so salty right now. But like, honestly, congratulations to Cameron. Like, he's always been really consistent and stuff, especially. I mean, I know for sure because majority of the time, well, probably half the time we've been doing this, we were in the same conference, and he always, as he calls it, he's my daddy, but like that's we know that's not the real deal because if he tried to spank me, like he knows what would happen. He's got a big old nose, and I would make it bigger.
I would make it bigger. I could just. What if he showed up to the draft with a paddle? What would you do?
He could try though.
That'd be a good prop. That'd be a good
no,
prop.
That's what. Hey, and it's gonna get even worse because I'm gonna have to hand the trophy to him that day. Like, talk about the worst winner following 2 of mine. Like, it couldn't have got any worse. But no, seriously, congrats to him, man. Like, he did a really good job. He made a lot of really good pickups, especially near the end, that really propelled him. And he had a good run, man. He got really hot, and I'm proud of him. You know, he cooled down after the first 2 or 3 years after 2 appearances in the first 2 or 3 years.
And for those newer owners that don't know, Cameron made it to both of our first 2 Little Critter Bowls. Lost to Colby in the first, lost to Ryan in the second. And obviously he's made the playoffs almost every year, but like 2, I want to say, over the past 10 years. So again, not just this one championship to help get him in, but I think it was kind of the whole race, if you will.
Yeah,
to get him there.
He's never really hit like a big dry spot in terms of consistency, and that's really what got him in. I think he's been probably one of the more consistent managers. Jay just had that like 4-year span, I feel like 4 or 5-year span where he did really well, and obviously left. And once we went to IDP, like obviously his whole team went to complete garbage.
Jade's the epitome of the Cowboys, basically. In the
90s Cowboys.
Like, basically, like, that's the best comparison I can give you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess him and Colby, I feel like, are the more consistent, like, 2. And you're consistent, Pat. You just never concealed the deal. And that's kind of what he was sitting at. You know what I'm saying? He was always been consistent, but could never, like, really seal the deal. But he finally sealed that deal, and that's what got him in. And kudos to him.
Yeah. So congrats, Cameron.
Yeah,
we've touched on a couple guys already who are close, right? So we talked about Colby at 178.5. We've talked about Cody at 187.5. So Cody is literally, what was it, Patrick? A division title and 1 playoff win away from being in the Hall of Fame.
I think so. I think that's what we came. Yeah, roughly like a playoff appearance, winning his division, and like winning a playoff game, which is not outside the realm of what Cody can do. We all know what he's capable of. We've seen it, obviously, in 17 and 18, even 19. But yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if we see Cody in as our 3rd owner to get inducted into the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah, it's a little weird because like those past 3 years where I've like asserted myself as somebody that's like good because I really wasn't too consistent in the first 6 seasons or so, 5 seasons, but I never won the division title the past 3 years. And I think that's what really has hurt me. I've always got in as a wild card and really made noise that way.
Yeah.
Because you do get points for winning divisions,
Yeah.
and then if you string them together, you get points for that kind of stuff too. So,
And Cody, what's helped you too, dude, is the playoff wins you got. I mean, you've got out of everyone in the league, you have the second most points just in the playoffs, winning playoff games. The only one ahead of you is Jade.
Oh wow! See, I wouldn't have guessed that. What's you talking about? Just wins or points?
No, playoff wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool because you said Cameron was at 7, right?
Yeah, Cameron had 7, but you have 9 playoff wins.
I feel really good with that.
Yeah, I mean that is super impressive.
Now the only thing I got over on Cameron is 2 championships. That's the only thing I could say. Now he's gonna hit me with the Hall of Fame, and I'm just gonna have to put. I'm gonna just have to put 2 trophy emojis, and that's it. Like the only one that's got that is Jade and Matt.
Yeah, it's tough to get 3, dude. I mean that is that is tough. So especially 3 in a row.
First to 3. That's hopefully what I'm going for. But we can move on.
Yeah, I mean Cody's 3rd, obviously, in total Hall of Fame points. Next up is Colby at 178.5. They're both kind of in that same tier. Jameson, 9 points away from each other. It is crazy because we said this going into this, but Colby's never made the playoffs back-to-back years. But he's never missed the playoffs in multiple back-to-back years either. So literally every year, he misses it, he makes it. He misses it, he makes it. And he goes deep into the playoffs. And that's kind of what's propelled him to this point, too. Despite only having 1 championship win and 2 championship appearances, Colby's right there, too, honestly, at the cusp of getting in.
I think you should get at least 3 more points for winning the inaugural season for the LCC.
Yeah.
The first season ever. Yeah, right. Hey, man. I thought he was going to – I'm pretty sure he had Lamar Jackson this year, and I was thinking to myself, like –
I thought the same thing, honestly.
Oh, man. It just seemed like history is about to repeat. Yeah, absolutely. And then
that same tier again is Matt at 171. So just kind of right there, too, honestly.
And me and Matt are kind of in the same boat in terms of early on, Matt wasn't there. Like, he didn't have a lot of good seasons, and then he just – bang, hit a good little spurt and got those 2 championships back to back.
Yeah, that definitely helped. And I think what's just hurt him, honestly, is the switch to IDP hasn't been super successful. And that's what's kept him back because for a while, Matt was next in line to get in up until, relatively recently, past 2-3 years.
I thought he was going to get in last year. He had a hot start, especially when he got he had what's his name? San Diego Chargers running back, Eckler. And he had a really hot start, and then he just fizzled out.
Yeah, no, Matt. We definitely got to see, I think, more consistency, but he's a couple seasons away, one really good season, possibly, away from getting there. Our next tier of players here, so this is 5 through 9 in the rankings. John at 149. He's had some success a little bit recently in the playoffs, and then I think he had some really early success, if I'm not mistaken. Right, guys? You guys were here before I was.
Yeah.
Back in the early days.
Yeah.
Well, he was he was middle of the pack early on, and then I think the middle of, kind of where we're at, those middle years, that's where John kind of asserted himself. But when we switched to IDP, and this is kind of becoming a recent trend with a few of the guys, they've struggled, and I think John's one of those guys that struggled with getting the defensive players in the right spot, and he made moves last year for that. He traded
he overcompensated, if anything.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. With these next 4 guys in this category, with John, Daquan, you, Pat, and Jordan, if any of y'all made a championship run, could that propel any of y'all to the past 200?
No, I think we're still too far off, honestly. We've at least I can speak for Jordan and myself, and Daquan. We haven't had enough championship success, for me, just playoff success, to get us in just in one fell swoop. I think it's going to probably take a championship and another really good year for us to get in, just because of, like I said, we've had great regular season success, but with no rings to go with it, that definitely hurts. But my dad, John, at 149, I feel like he's definitely. I feel like he should almost be in that next tier because he actually has been, and he's been to 2 championships. He's won one of them, and it was against Jade, or one of 2 Hall of Fame owners. I feel like he should be a little bit higher. I was kind of shocked, but it makes sense, like you said, Cody. He hasn't been super strong since we've switched to IDP.
And that's, it's kind of like just looking at the numbers and stuff, like just passing y'all 4 and then going, there's a gap where the rest of the league is. You don't even have anybody in the 100s after that.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I don't know, maybe it's because we've like cycled in and out so much, but I don't know. I would have assumed like somebody would have been there. And I know, Jameson, you kind of came late, so it's a little harder for you to get there because you're next, right? Yeah.
There's a big ass gap between Jordan's at 131, and then I come in the ninth place with only 79 points. So it's almost 60-point gap there. And I've got 1 playoff win in 7 years, so that's all regular season success. Almost none of that is on the back of playoff wins or trophies or anything. So kind of like Patrick,
actually,
if I can improve
Jameson,
in that area.
Actually, your score is higher than that. I'm looking at the actual Hall of Fame sheet, and yours is actually 94.
94?
Well, he's at oh, okay.
Yeah.
That seems almost impossible. That must have been before we finished.
Not you were. I would say part of it's you've got 3 Hall of Fame players, which helped, and then you've also got multiple division titles and playoff appearances in a row.
Oh, okay.
So yours is actually 94, which is still, I mean, obviously it's still
It's
legs
a big
away,
gap,
still, between us.
7 years, I'm not halfway there. So,
so that's 37-point difference.
yeah, it should be between. Yeah, so it's still a big gap.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, just need more off season, more postseason.
Billy, I think Billy's shown that he's a strong competitor because he came in after you, right, Jameson?
Yeah, he's at 10 at 70.5 right now. He made a big jump the year
2 years
before.
ago.
Yeah,
when he met me.
Yeah, went to the title game. So he won the conference. So he made a big leap there. So he's made a big jump, and he can kind of keep going up in his. How many years has he played? 4 years, I think.
Yeah, I think what's cool is just to pass you a little bit, but I think it shows you the guys that are kind of have joined and they've been in the league not too long. But Billy and Hunter, they're right behind you, and they've both been in 3 to 4 years, and they've already made their it just shows that they're the guys that are the next up, and they've come in and elevated the level a little bit, and those are the guys we keep trying to find. Isaac's another one. I know he's a little bit further back, but Isaac, since he's been in here, I mean, he's put up dominant years, made the playoffs. I think I like him, and then that brings you to guys like Storm, sandwiched in between Hunter and Isaac at 65 points. But I mean, he's missed 1 season since we started this thing.
Yeah.
So we're at 10 seasons?
Yeah, we're at 10. Well, you think about, he didn't play in the first year. He joined in 2011, and I think.
And then he skipped a year.
Yeah, I don't remember which year it was, but I think he skipped a year, like you said. So he's played in 8 of the 10.
Yeah, I think he skipped the first IDP league year.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But then, that's not very good. 8 years pretty much, and you're only sitting at 65. But I mean, hopefully, he's always somebody that keeps up with what's going on, but never really keeps up with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And those, hopefully, that trend changes. I think he's got maybe 1 division title that maybe helps him.
Yeah.
But here, I actually want to I've been waiting for this, but since we're talking about Storm,
I was about to say, yep, here we go.
I'm gonna get it all up in your vag.
There we go. The newest sound drop
Vegetarians.
for an owner in the league.
Yeah. He's definitely got one of the more like unique names for a
Yeah,
team name.
yeah, he does. I'm glad you said that. I literally almost forgot to play his.
But yeah, I mean, it just shows you like those three guys are like, you know, right where Storm is at, but they've been in there like half the
Yeah.
year. You know, and half the
Yeah.
time, not half the year, but half the time. And it just shows you like when you put together like when you're actually focused and putting in the work and hitting the waiver wire the way you should be and not like taking chances on players in high rounds when you're drafting and stuff and you're playing it smart. Like it really works. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're not trying to hit some home run with some miracle pick.
Yeah. Ocho Cinco in the first round is never a good luck. Wait to New England.
But and then
What tier are we on
who do we
now? I was
got?
about to say we just kind of covered the 70-99, which
40.
was Billy to Jameson, and then the 40 to 69. Well, we kind of cut out Tyler
So
and Ryan. They're no longer in the league, obviously. Ryan did win our second championship. Tyler has only
yes,
made the playoffs once
who
between
do not speak of.
2013 to now. So they're kind of lower.
Tyler's your brother, right, Jameson? Is that there's a
Yeah,
couple
yeah, yeah.
Tylers
Yeah,
in
there
here,
are a
right?
couple
Yeah.
Tylers.
No, that
Okay,
was
I'm
my brother.
surprised he's that high, dude. Honestly, I'm no offense to him, but I am so surprised he's that
Yeah,
high.
I was too, honestly.
I was shocked. He has a playoff appearance, a couple Hall of Fame players, and some other things that were in there. But when I told him he was kicked out of the league, he was like, "What?" Like, he seemed like completely shocked for some reason. But yeah, I was surprised to see him in that tier.
Yeah, so he's not going to be back next year?
No.
No, he's not
Okay,
back.
so
He
he's
was
going to
too-
be sitting in that tier for a long
Yeah.
time.
And then we've got a few tiers below that I had to kind of separate because there were so many guys in these groups. So this is basically everyone below 40. Some of these guys is because they're new. Some of these guys is because they suck. Some of these guys is because they left early and never came back. But I mean, guys like Mufali at 38, I think we're kind of seeing maybe like an ascension, in my opinion. You know, kind
I
of a
think
rise.
he's going to be. I think he's going to make some moves in the next few years if he decides to stay, and hopefully he does. I don't think he's going to leave, but like every year he's kind of iffy because he's always like, I don't know, he tries to teeter that line of whether he wants to play or not, and it's always in his head. But once he starts getting closer, he has that itch, so he ends up playing. And hopefully we can keep him because he's one of our stronger guys, in my opinion. Like he's always in the mix, and he does a lot of trades and stuff, but he's always active, and that's what I love about Mufali.
To me, I would rather have a league full of people who are active than a bunch of guys who are just good and inactive. You know what I mean? To me, it's just more fun.
I agree.
When people are involved and everyone's kind of has ownership over the league, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, he just allows the little things to irritate him, like certain things in the league, like irritate him. Like I think he complained about the bowl games, and
I forgot about
that's
that.
so unfair. Like you know what I'm saying? Little things that it takes the joy out for him because he allows those things to irritate him.
Yeah, for sure.
Kyle. Kyle?
Well, Kyle was our 20. Let me rewind this. Our 2017 Elite 12 champion.
So I would have played him.
You played him in your first championship and beat him, and everyone was shocked. It was like, how did Kyle end up not only in the playoffs, but how did he end up winning our conference? We were just baffled by that. Did he even show up to the draft?
I
don't think.
I think he showed up to one of them. He played 2 seasons and got
the second one.
Points.
He came to the next one.
He came to the second one.
Yeah.
Hey, 33 points for 2 seasons is nice.
Most of it was because that first season.
Yeah, the first one. All the way to the conference won the conference championship all the way to the final. So, but yeah, he's inactive. In fact, that entire tier, Mufali is the only active owner. Ethan's no longer active. Nikki's no longer active. And David's no longer active.
Dang. I put a shout out for Ethan to get back in, man. I guess he didn't get in.
Yeah.
I figured he'd have been in contact with Cameron. I didn't know like Cameron was. I guess Cameron had other friends.
Yeah.
Nicky, I remember Nicky,
1 year.
like what Harry
Yeah,
Kudos or
he
whatever.
played one
Yeah,
season.
31 points. That's solid. Yeah, heck yeah, dang, that's a great average.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. One playoff appearance, and I think he got all the way to semifinals. I mean, granted the playoffs were way shorter back then, but still.
Yeah.
Our next tier, we've got a couple active guys. Mike at 19, Dirty Mike.
Can we hit that sound drop?
Do we have the sound drop, Pat?
We do indeed. I skipped Jordan's. Damn it. Listen to me.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
Let me play Jordan's too. Got it. I forgot.
All right.
I had to come back.
So we got Mike at 19.
Full circle, baby.
Big Oss at 13.5. He's in this tier. Michael at 12.5. Peyton at 11. And then Mondo after his first season, 10 points in this 10 to 20 tier.
Yeah. I like Mondo. Hopefully, I thought Michael had a good season last year, and that's probably his first good season. He missed the playoffs, but he was right there, and I felt like he was more active than usual. Yeah. So, man, hopefully, he picks it up, and I think he will, just by speaking to him and whatnot. He's really excited. But, I mean, these guys can start making moves up the board. They got a couple people they can pass that aren't even in anymore, so...
I think, and Big Oz too is another one. I mean, he inherited probably one of the most mismanaged fantasy franchises of all time in all of the fantasy world, inheriting Ethan, who has 32.5 points, which is really high to me, considering he only played 3 or 4 years, I want to say, out of the 10, and made the playoffs once in that time span. But still, it just. Anyways, yeah, Big Oz is a guy I feel like could easily climb up this board too, from this tier easily to the next tier in this next season probably.
See, yeah, him and Mondo I feel like they're in Mondo inherited a better roster. Don't get me wrong, but Big Oz and Mondo, I feel like are going to be keepers, and I feel like they're going to do really well
for sure.
Yep. Next group, we have only a few active guys in this group. This is the 1 to 10. VP at 8. He's played one season. Matthew Watchhorn. He's played a couple, I think. He's at 5.
And he's out, so he's not going to be active after this year.
Oh, so he's inactive. Okay. And then Will Watson, who is 4, he is actually active again. He's played one season. So he's our lowest active owner at the moment in this group here. So I'm looking for Will to start making some jumps now that he's back.
Yeah, I mean, he made the playoffs that one season. He was, unfortunately, the one that will stain, I'm sure, his life forever is losing to Ethan in the playoffs. Ethan's only playoff win. But, yeah, no, it's exciting for him to be back because, like I said, and that's another guy I could see easily traveling up this board pretty quick. Jameson, I wish I had a sound drop for our next tier, which is 1 point or less. And we only have one owner in our entire league's history who played a full season and has 0 Hall of Fame points.
I want to say something real quick. How did Kevin even earn a point? Please tell me that. I guess multiple seasons, 2 or 3 seasons, and I still am baffled that he got 1 point.
How did my grandfather, who barely could operate a computer at that time when he joined the league, has 8.5 more points than, I'm just going to say it, Bryson, who has 0 points? And how you get 0 points with our scoring setups beyond me is you get just half a point for winning a divisional game.
It's so weird to me because that doesn't baffle me because I still see Bryson as this. I haven't seen him in a long time, and I still see Bryson as this very small kid. So when I see that 0, when I saw he was playing, that's all I imagine is this little tiny kid that wanted to play Madden with us and stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't even know who Taylor A was. I don't even remember this kid. And he supposedly was...
Yeah, I was supposed to say Taylor Arter. I know. Tyler A, I don't know.
That's so funny.
And Tyler W, I think, is Matthew Watchhorn's brother who joined us.
Tyler A, yeah. I don't know Tyler A.
I'm not sure.
I don't know who that is.
Kyle Wynn? That's one
so
that
crazy.
I don't remember.
I don't know Kyle Wynn either. That's crazy. It baffles me that I don't know some of these guys.
I know Dan really well. He just wasn't very good.
Dan. I don't remember Dan. I don't remember Dan.
All right.
That shows you these guys are like in and out, and
Yeah,
that's why.
exactly.
I mean, we've definitely cycled through a lot of people.
Yeah. I think we're getting a good base, though. We're getting a good foundation of guys that, I think this kind of stuff kind of motivates people to stick around and keep trying to climb,
Where's Maria?
Maria is on the tier of, let's see here. Oh, Jameson took her out. Let me, hang on. Jameson's missing a couple of people on this list,
Dang,
actually.
Jameson.
No. I did not take anybody off.
You took
I
off the
know.
only girl that's
You're
ever
sexist.
played.
God. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
Maria is actually on the tier of Mafali, Kyle, Ethan, Nikki, and David. She has 32.5 points in 2 seasons, which is actually really good. But I think that goes to show you can't come to the league and have one good year and get in the Hall of Fame. It takes multiple leagues and long-term success to get in. I mean, if you think about it, otherwise guys like Peyton Hillis would end up in the NFL Hall of Fame. Or, I don't know, I'm just going to try to remember some others off the top of my head, but that's the only one that's coming to mind. Peyton Hillis, he's definitely a one-year wonder. So, but yeah, I don't know if we skipped anyone else. I'm going through the actual real Excel sheet to see. I think we got everyone else. I think that was it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Oh, BP.
I was looking for the whole time.
You guys,
yeah, BP's there.
Did you put him on the list, Jameson?
He's 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you did say him. Okay. I don't know why that was. That's not bad for 1 year, though. Especially your rookie year, get 8 points. Hey. It's no Maria, that's for sure. That was
no Kyle. No
the cowbell Le'Veon Bell taking her there. Guys, I think that's pretty much all we got for this episode. Next one is going to be another great episode as well for this coming week. And you guys have anything else to say before we close it out?
Nope.
No, I think
all
I'm
right.
good.
Congrats, Cameron. Cam. Everyone else looking forward to one day, hopefully, seeing you guys in the Hall of Fame, including myself. But yeah, work harder. That's right.
Work harder.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.